Hello, everybody. My name is Oğuz, and we would like to say hello to everybody about the I Am Design Chat, the second edition. Today, we have also very nice lecturers together with us, and we would like to talk again the design chat together. And in few seconds, I would like to introduce you first, my lecturers. Then they will say hello to you, and then after we will start the hard discussion about the design. And I would like to say welcome to my all audience and to my lecturers. And I would like to say to my director that can you please bring us our lecturers, and then I would like to introduce them. Hello. Emmanuel, your mic is already closed. Can you please open it? Okay, thank you. Francesco, hello.
Ciao, Oguz.
Hello.
Hi, Miss Elisa, welcome to our design chat.
Thank you. Good afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon. If I am wrong, spell your name, please correct me. But in Turkish, we are saying Elisa. Is it true?
Yes, Italian is Elisa. It's almost the same. It's perfect.
Okay, fantastic. Actually, I really thank you for joining us, our I Am Design Chat second edition. Again, we have a very nice lady into our chat conference, and she is giving us the really good, perfect, positive energy. And thank you again to join us, Miss Elisa. Today, we would like to give a word to you first, and then after I will get the word, then we will continue. Can you please introduce yourself to our audience one by one? And I would like to give the word first, Miss Elisa.
Okay, thank you.
Welcome.
I am the curator of Cartel Museum, Cartel Museo, and I work at the museum on every aspect of everyday life of museums. So we have huge collections, we have guided tours and many programs with schools and universities, and we do also have many exhibitions and publications. So my job is very nice. I'm very lucky because I really can see and study all the history of the of the company, the past history and the contemporary. So I really have a lot of things to study and search for about Cartel.
Very nice. Thank you so much. And we are very love to learn more about the Cartel and Cartel Museo later on. And I would like to give the word to Francesco. Francesco, hi. Can you please also introduce once again to our audience?
Yeah, with pleasure. I'm Francesco. I'm a strategic designer. We just launched a new project called Bootcamp Design, and I'm the founder and the CEO of the brand.
Very nice. Thank you so much, Francesco. We'll come back again to you. And sure. Hello, Emmanuel. I would like to also ask you, can you please introduce to our audience yourself?
Yes. Well, most of you already know me, fortunately, because I'm very happy always to share my thoughts and my experience with the Turkish community. So anyway, I'm Emmanuel Ruffo. Right now, I'm the president and also the founder of Bootcamp Design, along with Francesco. And as you know, I have a background in architecture and I'm a designer.
Actually, Emmanuel, everybody really knows you, and people is wondering when they will see physical face in Turkey. So people is wondering and missing you to see you here. Of course, don't be jealous, guy. And immediately when everything will be open, we will invite you physically to Turkey. So today we have very nice guest lecturers, And we would like to discuss, of course, design, but particularly we would like to learn more about Cartel and Cartel Museum. And if everyone agree with me, I would like to give the word to Miss Elisa, who is Cartel, what you are doing, what is the Cartel Museum. Can you please give us the more details, or if you have some presentation, can you please show us? Thank you so much, Elisa.
I'm the one sharing the presentation.
Thank you.
I am giving the word to Elisa, but the voice is coming from the Emmanuel. This is also very nice.
Yes, because we wanted to be sure that the presentation will work.
Sure. No problem. We are all together in the design community, and people is wondering what we are talking regarding the presentation and how we present that. Yes, important, but we are in family community, we can say. Please go on, Emmanuel.
Yeah, but I think I can now I can share. Sorry.
Okay.
Yeah.
So let me know if everything is right. No, 1 second. Oh, sorry. You can see it, right?
No.
No, 1 second.
No, we could, yeah, we couldn't see.
Now?
No.
Unfortunately, no. I will ask to background our director how we gonna be happen. Please keep on the line.
Okay.
Abi, nasıl yapmamız gerekiyor? Presentation you did last time. You should see there is some share button, screen share button. If you have the same presentation, please help on accordingly.
Yes, I'm sharing the screen, but then nothing happens. Francesco, can you try, since you also have the...
You see something?
Guys, no. Yes. Now, yes. Make it full screen, please, Francesco.
Yeah, it's full screen.
Okay. I really thank you to Francesco to start with or Elisa, of course, regarding the Merhaba Turkey. This is a very nice start, but this is your or Elisa presentation, Francesco?
It's our presentation.
Okay.
But please give me a second, because I cannot see the presentation. You see the presentation?
Not now. Before we see, we could
Before
see
we saw it,
now.
but yours one, I guess.
Let me try again. Sorry.
Yeah. And I would like to apologize with my whole audience. We are not able to give the presentation for the moment, but very soon it will be online.
Yeah.
Yes. Something is coming.
I really...
No worries, Francesco.
C'eri riuscito, Francesco.
So, ma adesso mi doppia la pagina, non capisco perché. Really sorry, guys. You see now?
No. Now, yes.
Yes.
Okay. So, as we said, we will start with Elisa, right?
Yes.
Okay.
That's perfect. Thank you, Francesco.
Thank you very much.
My pleasure.
That's mine. Okay. I have prepared a PowerPoint with a series of images about the museum, interview with the cartel history, and but to be sure to tell you everything I want to tell you today, I will speak. I will not. I will not make a comment of each slide, but I will speak. So you just follow the flow of slide and see and read whatever you like, and then I will explain you a little bit more, because in the time we have, I really want to be sure to give you an overview of the company and of our museum. So as you can read here, yes.
And also, most likely, some of guys will have some question, and without any worries, please keep going your presentation. Then after, we will also ask something, and we will try to understand what is the Cartel Museum.
Okay.
Very fine.
And Francesco, if you can, you should play the presentation. Perfect. Okay. Now it should go by itself. This is the facade of the museum. The Cartel Museum was founded in 1999 on the occasion of the company's 50th anniversary. It was founded by President Claudio Luti, who took the helm in 1988. Cartel was founded by Giulio Castelli in 1949. In 2000, the museum obtained the Guggenheim Enterprise and Culture Prize as Best Company Museum, also because it was one of the first foundation created for a company museum. And the museum made its international debut collaborating with the Pompidou Center in Paris for an exhibition of cartel design. The museum is housed in the former showroom of Cartel Factory building from the late 60s. It is in Noviglio, not far from Milano city center, and the building was designed by architects Anna Castelli Ferrieri and Ignazio Gardella. The museum has an exhibition hall on 3 levels. The museum layout was conceived in keeping with the original architecture of this space, and its permanent exhibition showcases a selection of objects, among the most interesting produced by the company since 1949. The display retains the chronological order and enriches it with a thematic approach, with rooms dedicated to topics such as modularity, transparency, or artistic experimentation. You will see all the room of the museum just looking at the Google Maps virtual tour, so you could really visit all the museum this way. The exhibition highlights in the relationship between objects and between different designers' approaches to the project, and showcases a great number of objects presented in spacious vitrines that emphasize the aesthetic value of the objects. While the upper levels of the space are dedicated to the display of historical pieces, the ground floor houses single pieces and the most recent projects in collaboration with artists. The museum collections currently include 8,000 products, 5,000 drawings. And the museum preserves original catalogs and publicity campaign produced by Cartel since the 50s. These campaigns, you will see many in this presentation, because they really witness the evolution of communication over the years. These communication materials are among the most effective testimonies to understand the history of materials and cartel objects and cartel design. Cartel is a design company founded in Milano by the young chemical engineer Giulio Castelli in 1949, and since 1988 has been headed by Claudio Luti. The continuing evolution in the use of material experimentation with new technologies in search of new properties is fundamental to Cartel products. Thanks to the research that was possible to introduce with plastics polymeric materials, satin finishes, transparency, flexibility, resistance to atmospheric pollutants. This communication campaign, for example, is about that, about the strength of this chair by Joe Colombo. And also characteristic as softness and feel, features which strongly characterize all the Cartel products which are included in the Cartel Museum collection. Castelli founded Cartel 70 years ago with the idea of creating innovative and useful objects using the most advanced technologies available at that time, and that was plastics. Right from the start, Castelli set himself the objective of experimenting to make products that were the synthesis of technology and design. He realized that all these materials should really be appreciated also by the public, and Cartel, since the very first products, get a very good commercial results. Since the beginning, in the early 50s, when Cartel started producing car accessories and household goods by the innovative use of new polymeric material, the company focused the art of communication on the characteristic of the material itself. Cartel industrial production phase began in 51 with the idea of bringing plastics into the home, which little by little people began to get rid of the old things in their homes and fill them with plastic objects. Here you can see the timeline of the most famous Cartel items, but if someone of you is interested in history of plastics, also can see all the plastics. Then when the new plastics appearing, Cartel has always been the first company to study and to use it for its own production. The leitmotif in Cartel has always been the quality. Quality products made of polymeric materials, quality and innovative features of plastics are widely explained through the images and text created also for the campaigns. In 58, Castelli opened the Labware division dedicated to the production of technical items made of plastic for chemical laboratories and hospitals. By that year, Cartel has acquired the knowledge and experience in the field of industrial production through its work in the household goods division, and it was also open to new opportunities for development. The chemical and physical specification of plastic, relying on materials research, gave the new plastics great advantages over glass, made them attractive even in the production of laboratory items, such as beakers, cylinders, and many other items which are very famous since the 50s. Many of the Labware Cartel items patented in the late 50s are still in use, so they really are long life products. In 59, at the same time as the appearance on the market of a new methacrylate, Cartel also decided to launch a line of lamps made of methacrylate and other plastics using process of molding in series. It was the thermoforming at time. The opening of the lighting division marked the beginning of a collaboration with the most famous designers in the area of Milano, such as Achille and Giacomo Castiglioni and Marco Zanuso, and soon after Joe Colombo, Gaia Aulenti, and many others. In the creation of Cartel lamps, the designer came up with new formal interpretation using plastic where glass was usually used, in order to make the most of the lightness and strength of the material. In 63, encouraged by many awards, which it had won for its homeware production in previous years, Cartel inaugurated the Habitat division, dedicated to furnishings. While Italian designs were recognized worldwide, the company felt the need to consolidate its identity and decided to do so by taking on complex projects. In tackling this project, Giulio Castelli tapped the collaboration, firstly of Marco Zanuso and Ricard Sapper, who were researching the best material chair in the world to be made entirely of plastic, and marked the beginning of the Cartel furniture manufacturing. As far back as the 60s, Cartel was among the best companies in the panorama of international design. It was the first to believe in the potential of new materials. To better understand Cartel's drive for innovation, we need to recall that the company gets its own identity thanks to the involvement and personal talents of two people, Giulio Castelli and his wife Anna Castelli Ferrieri. Giulio, a chemist, Anna, an architect. They met and married when they were very young, with Anna helping from the beginning to grow her husband's business. Anna Castelli Ferrieri was an urban planner, a designer, whose works have been the subject of many publications and exhibitions. This is the first plastic chair I was describing before by Marco Zanuso and Ricard Sapper, the very first plastic chair you can see in a very nice picture by Aldo Ballo. And in 1933, Anna Castelli Ferrieri married the engineer Giulio Castelli, founder of Cartel. So the unique approach combining design and plastic was the brainchild of architect Anna Castelli Ferrieri. Since the very beginning, Cartel has never stopped making new products with innovative materials such as the ABS in the 60s, polypropylene in the 70s, or polycarbonate in the 90s. In 2000, demonstrating the value of the commitment, the Pompidou Center in Paris dedicated the monographic exhibition La Donation Cartel, an environment plastique to Cartel. On display were some historical pieces, such as the children's chair or the modular units, both from the 60s, as well as the recent products, which became museum pieces, historic pieces, part of the Parisian Center collection because they were recognized as examples of innovation. The Pompidou also included the La Marie chair, which was designed by Stark in 1999, which is the world's first transparent polycarbonate chair. And in 2014, Philip Stark designed the Uncle Jack sofa, which is 2 meters in length, completely transparent, made of a single piece of polycarbonate. For this product, the entire production process supply chain involved the company commitment to safeguarding the environment and observing sustainability protocols. Nowadays, Cartel object is designed to be made respecting the environment, and the company knows that this is the challenge we are facing today and which we are going to face in the future. So I really invite you to see the Cartel website. You will find a section dedicated to Cartel Loves the Planet, which is the Industrial Manifesto today. And with this manifesto, Cartel intends to emphasize its commitment to sustainability and environmental friendliness. Passion for excellence, which has guided Cartel every move from the outset, has led the company to focus on environmental responsibility. The vocation is to create value, not a simple object, but pieces that contribute towards building a cultural project, not objects that risk being cast aside where no longer used, but instead become treasured memories. That's also why our museum is always in constant relationship with the most important design museum all over the world. We have Cartel items in more than 50 design museum collections, permanent collection, and this is a job that our museum is going to continue because we are really happy when the new museums ask for new pieces because they really recognize the innovation of these pieces and so they want them in the collection. In many cases, the items are in the collection before they arrive on the market, so that's really meaningful for us. The raw material that Cartel uses are entirely recyclable and can be given a new lease of life thanks to the material machining processes for industrial use products. Technological research today, just like 70 years ago, enables the company to continue to find materials that can be regenerated and which have no negative impact on the environment. All products packaging is made of recyclable, of course, and regenerable material. The entire production process supply chain seeks committed to safeguarding the environment and observing sustainability protocols. Every day, Cartel is involved in laying the foundations and building its history, which is the story of a product designed and created thanks to partnerships and investment in technological innovation, creative solutions, and new material. If you will see the page Cartel Loves the Planet inside the Cartel website, you will find the free best projects today, which are dedicated to a new biomaterial, a recycled family of items, and also a new wooden collection. And you will really understand completely the way that Cartel is going to follow today. So the design of the products also today is strictly connected to the performance of the materials and the possibility of productions. Both these aspects can be studied through the Cartel Museum, archive material, and the Cartel Museum exhibition path. When we study the history of cartel, we understand the evolution of polymeric materials applied to furniture and furnishing accessories. Indeed, also through the documents that are preserved in the museum archive, this is possible to understand how the company has communicated the products. The Cartel Museum aims to promote the culture of design to the public with guided tours, educational programs for children and adults, research publications and exhibitions. As President Claudio Lutti stated, and I want to quote because I think it's nice, he stated, "The museum is the company's soul, experience and richness. The museum is cartel past and future. People may be able to copy our chairs or tables, but they will never be able to steal our history." So, and this is something of a brand values, which is meaningful because museum is also the place where the brand values are really expressed in the best way we can.
Okay, so Elisa, actually,
yes.
we really like Cartel Museum idea, and as far as I believe, the system goes, people instead of present their product only 3-4 days, they would like to present whole year, and
yes.
People can visit, can get in touch, can feel the product whole year. For this reason, this really sounds good idea. But of course, today's very popular question is COVID-19. So what happened COVID-19 during and after? I mean, you had already some lockdown in Italy, and what the Cartel Museum management has a scenario regarding the terms of numbers, physical space, initiatives, or what did you do during and after during the COVID-19?
We should close the doors of the museum since the beginning of the pandemic. So we lost 19% of visitors this year because we had around 5,000 visitors a year. They are not very much for a regular museum, but they are a good number for a company museum, also because we are not in the city center. So people that want to come to visit, they really need to get there. So
yes.
But the ticket is free. So the entrance is free, and also all guided tours and all educational projects are free. So we really try to be welcoming to everybody in different ways. With COVID, we should close, and we remained closed until September. Then we reopened, and we could get just 10 people for visit. But this list not very much because we should close again. And so now we are working on a virtual tour. They are appointment. The first one will be tomorrow, and we will want to make 2 or 3 or 4, depending on the request of the public, virtual guided tours each month or weeks, depends. So this is what we would like to do. But we didn't work on the improvement of our online public offer to the public on our online experience because we just was waiting that the pandemic will be finished.
Very nice. Actually,
So
all everybody is in the same situation with you, because either us we are holding some physical events and we couldn't hold along to 2020. And we are expecting 2021 to come back again to the physical things, but we need to see also the vaccine news, that it's gonna be real for the people, because who get the vaccine in Germany, I guess the scientist says that the next winter we come back to the normal. So you also tell about the virtual visit. So is Cartel Museum prepared a virtual tour and offered to their visitors? For instance, if I would like to visit but not physically, shall I get the appointment from anyone in the Cartel Museum, the virtual tour, or how it's gonna be happen? Or people can go individually to go to your website to get the virtual tour? Can you please explain?
That's a good idea.
Yeah,
that's a very good idea that people can do this. Now we have a virtual tour, which is Google tour that everybody can get whenever they like, but we have to update it. So if one of you will go and see, maybe you could visit, but it should be a little bit more complete. So we would like to do that. But at the same time, we want to work on the experience of virtual guided. Because as a company museum, we always prefer to be in direct contact with our public, because we think that it's the guide that give you a good experience. So the idea is always to be in touch, in physical or virtual, but in touch with our visitors and customers.
Understood. Actually, this may be a really good chance to communicate for the moment, because what people expect for the virtual visit, while they're walking around, they would like to also meet some guys to ask something. And is your virtual tour also include to communicate online while they're walking around inside, or only they will walking around, then we'll get appointment to ask a question to you? Which one you have?
They can wander, and then they can get an appointment to ask a question, but it's not direct. It's just wandering without any connection with Facebook or other social media.
Social media, understood. Yeah. Okay, very fine, very fine. So actually, I would like to also ask one another question comes from one of our audience, and I would like to directly express to you this. So is this Cartel and Cartel Museum? What is the relationship between those two brands? I mean, what synergy that you separate make the Cartel and Cartel Museum, and what synergy is also cause to you?
Cartel Museum is Fondazione Museo Cartel, which is a foundation directed by Cartel. So it's a foundation. It's not Cartel company, but it's very close to Cartel. And we, as a museum, we work every day with the marketing department and the press office of Cartel, and we together work on the contents of the company, the contents that the company will show to the public. So we study in our collection something that could be meaningful for the new Cartel presentation, for example. At the same time, if Cartel, if museum needs to make more actual contents, it can work with Cartel marketing and press office. For example, also for all the events of Cartel Museum, all the events are communicated and created by Cartel company. So we work on the press office and marketing for this reason, and we are really connected in a very strong way when we realize the exhibitions, which are quite a lot, because we work on 2 or 3 temporary exhibitions. We did so in the last years, and so these exhibitions are something that involve the past of the company and also the contemporary aspects, and so they really needs all forces involved.
Actually, the temporary and permanent exhibitions should be together, because as my profession is the exhibition event organization, when you call to people that this is the permanent museum and people can come anytime. And
I know. I would
yeah.
like to change my exhibition every month if I could.
or of course, you have to put scenario on the people that you should call them. But anyhow, you should call the people that this will be temporary idea, story, another thing, or otherwise people may not visit in any time. For instance, you may have 4 times in a year a special temporary story insights and some new design, other things. Then you should invite them. This really very good idea. And I really very thank you, Elisa. And there is some also question, but what I am seeing, Francesco cannot stopping himself, and he would like to make another speech, I guess.
I have to leave the stage to Francesco. Okay.
Yeah,
okay,
and
no
I will come back. I will come back again to you, and if you allow me, and I would like to give the season to Francesco. Of course, Emmanuel and Francesco, they are both together in the boot camp. Former last hour, I am design chat. We discuss boot camp, and that's really a very lovely season for us to understand what is the boot camp and other things. And there are a lot of wonderings regarding the boot camp. And first, boot camp is a very nice brand and to enter into our design life. And for this season, I would like to give also word to either Francesco or Emmanuel. Please get your words, whoever wants first. But I would like to listen a little bit more about bootcamp design. So, guys, can you please talk about bootcamp design once again? And people is wonder what you are doing. Then after, I will ask some another question, two of you, some of Elisa, some of to you, and we will keep continue our the chat accordingly. Yes. Please.
Yes, we have a presentation. So if you allow me to share it now, I think
You are going very well.
Yeah, now you can see the presentation. You
now
can see the presentation.
Now we can't, Emmanuel. Just we are seeing your screen only.
Click on it and then click share it. Clicca prima sulla preview e poi fai share it. Sì, c'è il pulsante share.
Share it.
I can go if you want.
No, I have it already.
Yeah,
so you can
devi cliccare sulla preview dello schermo e poi fare share. Vabbè, I can go.
È che io non vedo quella cosa lì. Vabbè, vai.
Today, Emmanuel cannot achieve to share with us.
Bye.
No
it's not my day with the sharing thing.
Emmanuel, we start from beginning, right? Can you see the screen?
Yes.
Merhaba.
Yeah.
Merhaba. We finally back.
Turkey. Yeah.
Emmanuel, you want to start or I'm going to start? Bye.
Yeah. I start.
Please.
Bye. Okay, so as you already know, we are Bootcamp Design. We want to create a new culture with our brand, no? That has to do with the way people work and with the way people live. So what is Bootcamp Design? No, go back to the previous one. Sorry, Francesco. So Italian Bootcamp Design has been recognized by the Italian Chamber of Commerce as an innovative brand. It has been established during this year, which has, as you know, it is a year of controversial and difficult global times. And it was founded by both of us, Francesco and myself, together in order, as I said, to create a new design culture capable of revolution the way in which people live and work. So Bootcamp Design, as the name states, it is inspired by the fast, rigorous, and intensive military training By doing so, we try to design customized digital experiences for brands and for talents. We try to design tailor-made systems, bringing together unique visionaries, young creatives, and talents. And also, we design outstanding, unique results that better meet brand values with market consumption. Our key aspects inside of the bootcamp is basically based on the technology we use to share this, because everything is online. The fast processes that we implement in order to interact among the different people, in order to design process very fast and in a very rigorous way. And also the people that collaborate in this particular project, they are all tailor-made in order to arrive to very specific results. Bye, Francesco. Francesco?
Oh, già cambiato.
Bye bye.
You wanna skip this?
No, intendevo che se volevi fare.
Okay, sorry, Manuel. Since I'm so sorry, guys, because I don't have the connection with you because I don't see your face. I just see the slides, so it's a kind of freestyle. Anyway, I'll go. Yeah, we are specialized in this format that, as Emmanuel said, coming from the combination of design and bootcamp. So we design a format that rotates around 48 hours maximum in a non-stop journey, aiming to envision process and deliver smart, high quality and ready to use idea for system, service and products. It's actually very interesting because we try to develop different formats. So we have the first format in which we work with the brands and talent for 12 hours, for 6 hours per day. There is the second program that is all structured in 24 hours, so 12 hours per day. And then the 36 and 48 hours divided by 6 hours per day, per 6 days or 8 days. What we do actually in this activity, because maybe you say, what you can do in this digital program. Well, actually, we try to create a format that is really a format at 360 degrees. So you don't just work on your mind. So you don't just do lecture, revision, workshop, or discussion. That it's already we do it in a very unique way because those are, I mean, one of our key aspects in our project. But also, we want to give you an experience for your soul through yoga session, gaming session, and for instance, there is always a DJ playing all the time. So if it's a 12-hour marathon, you will have always a room dedicated on the music. So you want to work, you have the possibility to listen to music. And then we want also to create an experience for your body in order to take it out the stress, basically. So supported by athletes in this marathon, we create this experience, physical experience as a functional training. And maybe you ask why you do that. So basically, the idea is to create a new design system, create a new format. We really think that the people need to stay in the middle of the process, no? So we want to create a new way in which people can interact through them in this new system, in this new format, and deliver very high quality result. So we do that basically to envision a new way to live and a new way to design, to create a new design culture. And now I think I need to jump for a few slides because this is the presentation. We just try to synthesize what is bootcamp design because we want to give more emphasis to the topic of the day, that is the launch of this project between us, Bootcamp Design, and Cartel Museo. You wanna jump, Emmanuel?
Yes. Okay, so this we came out with this idea of doing something with a museum of design, especially if we are in Italy. And I really admire the way that Cartel has grown through the years, and also with a very innovative way of doing the things and always staying in the state of the art. So we approached Cartel with this project, and especially with also Elisa as curator of the museum. We wanted to bring this project to you and the people in Turkey, South Korea, and India. And I think this is a very unique project because we are living, we all know, in a very specific moment, global difficulties, very specific time in terms of the COVID as well, of course. And I think there are going to be a lot of changes in terms of architecture, design, and the way we live, actually, and the way we work. So that's why we think that launching this project today, during these days, with Carter could be really an asset for not only for you to understand better how we're moving or what is going to be the future of design, but actually to practice in a project that is real, it is practicable, and it has to do with the industry, what is happening today. So we have this special project. Bye, Francesco.
Yeah. You want to jump on the project?
Yes, I want to go to the project directly. So we were basing on this particular article from magazine Wired, which they are always really wondering about what is happening in terms of technology and so on and so forth. And when we have to, or we break down in terms of that article, is that there are obviously already changes that are happening in terms of the museum aspects. Not, for example, some of them have already modified the physical space in order to allow people to put inside people during these times of the pandemic and so on. Some of them have already moved to the digital environment, those that are probably more advanced in terms of technology. But most of them, also almost 1 of 10, the Global Museum Association is considering that is going to disappear during the next few years. So almost 30% of the staff is also going to be cut, is going to be reduced for this kind of situation that we are living today. So our main question is how a digital museum, how museum could innovate in the digital future or through digital technologies. Forward, please, Francesco. So we have already synthesized some of the information about different museums around the globe for you, which is some of them are using already virtual guides, some of them are using augmented reality. Some of them are already thinking about how to implement gamification or robot technologies in order to, again, move forward to the next future about museums. And so what we have brought for you is basically these 3 major challenges. So the first one is how museum of the future will look like, considering all these, let's say, steps that I have been mentioning regarding the difficulties of the pandemic and so on. So it's not about only the physical space, but how these physical and digital environment can merge together in order to move forward to the future. The second challenge is which will be the innovation driver that will bring cultural events fresh and engaging. For example, it could be experience, it could be technology, it could be the content of the museum, or it could be the space itself. So how this could be transformed into the digital means to improve, reinforce, and translate visitors' museums' needs into a global awareness of the museum itself. And the third challenge is how will pandemic COVID-19 change the way Cartel in particular operate and engage with the audience in the future? As Elisa mentioned, they already have the virtual museum, but how can they go beyond through this, let's say, barrier to the moment that we are facing all together? So a new, fresh design culture is needed. How can we mix heritage, engagement, technology, and all the, let's say, historical path that Cartel has had so far without looking old and static. Let's move. Bye, Francesco.
Yeah, that's the way. Maybe we propose you to do a boot camp of 24 hours together. So that's why we unify, let's say, the efforts as Bootcamp Design and as Cartel Museum, Cartel Museo, to deep dive in this actual situation that we all live as individual, but also the museum especially are living in this moment. So we imagine together with Cartel and with Design Turkey to launch this project together today. This project is going to be officially you can access from now, but the day of the bootcamp are going to be 15 and 16 of December. So as I said, 2 days, 12 hours per day, 24 hours. What we offer in this experience is actually what we try to synthesize in the few slides before and in our previous discussion, let's say a couple of weeks ago. So we, in these 24 hours, we bring together different people. In the specific, there is our internal team, that is the Bootcamp Design team, together with Cartel team. Then there is a selection of creative people from really different background, from design, fashion, but also philosophy, art. And then a selected talents that it's coming from our network, from our international network, with a multicultural and multidisciplinary background. Then, as I said, we are not gonna just working out your mind, but also your soul and your body. That's why there is also a DJ that will play for all the time, and a yoga teacher and an athlete that will support you for your body and your soul, but also a chef that will, I think, teach us during the lunch break how to cook something in a very smart and new and fresh way. So, and all of these activities also are supported by some panel discussion out of like visionary designer, visionary people. So who we need to do that? We need young creatives, let's say on a maximum 100 students, 100 young creatives. On a flow of 8-hour workshop, 6-hour lecture, 6 hours of training, 2 hours of coaching, and finally 2 hours of also networking. We will work with one brand and with more or less 140 professionals. Yeah, that's the kind of flyer that recap all this information. So it's a bootcamp from 15-16 and all the team involved. And the idea is basically having one common aim, working for a brand, working in team, and design 10 new concepts out of this experience.
Very nice. Frank speaking, comparing the first I Am Design chat about bootcamp design and this one, I learned and I have too much details about the bootcamp for the moment. So do you have also another word, Emmanuel, or shall I pass to some question regarding the bootcamp?
I think we want to show also a couple of more slides, or that's Francesco.
No, we can show a slide.
Yeah.
Please keep going, and after I will pass to the questions season. Yeah.
What you see here, guys, it's our own methodology. So it's just a preview of our own methodology. So this is what we like to call la palestra del design, del design, that in English is the design gym. So we work on 2 phases that are divided by 2 days. So there is an active phase in which we learn how to do research and analysis in order to support a fresh and new concept. And then there is an explosive phase in which we create the concept and we jump on the proposal, on prototyping. This is what's going to happen in 24 hours. And those are just an illustration of what we basically have in mind to do and what we will do with you guys in these 24 hours.
I think one of the most important things, in order to reinforce a little bit what we have said before, is that when we are talking about a new culture, we actually mean this: how people get connected through different activities. So it's not only to design things for the sake of designing it, which all of us enjoy it, but how the body, the mind, and the soul can be connected, can be integrated in order to arrive to a very performative way of doing things. And with this way, we have tested, and we can assure you that is when actually the magical results come into the place. So it is very important to understand that the way of doing things, the way to process, let's say, the information is completely different. So what do you get? No, probably it's one of the most important things from this bootcamp. No, obviously a different learning experience, working in a unique collaborative environment and among diverse people and across cultures, working side to side with recognized market experts. There is no more, in our point of view, a leader that says how to do things, but a leader that shares their thoughts in order to have a common aim and in order to work together in a collaborative environment to arrive to specific results. We also will provide you with tools to learn know-how working methods, along with peers, managers, and recognized designers. This is I would consider being in the practice for quite a long time is quite a good aspect, because you are actually not any longer experimenting, but you will be practicing what is actually happening in the industry world, in the practice. So a real case project from a top-tier Italian design brand, Cartel, which has made the Made in Italy brand, an incredible international network of 40 diverse professionals and more than 70 young peers. So in 2 days, you have access to more than 40 international designers, network people that can really support you, guide you, and also obviously open each of them their networks in order to increase your opportunities in these, let's say, difficult days and in this difficult, actually also discipline that we all have selected. And of course, with all this in hand, we are providing you with a new design culture mentality. So we believe that after this experience, your performance will be never the same.
That's really very, very, very detailed presentation, and very nice presentation that I ever see before. So please, sorry, I would like to tell these things, and please keep going.
Yeah, this is the last one. So we will have, as you said, depending, obviously, all has to be, it's important for me to say that depending on the number of participants, we will have, as a consequence, the number of teams and the number of people participating from our sites and so on. But the prices that we have agreed with Cartel is probably the most important, at least for me. It's the job shadow experience, which, as you probably know, guys, it's following a specific person from the staff from the museum Cartel through 3 to 5 days in order to understand better what's the role of a curator, what's the role of a person that is inside of the museum Cartel. So this is quite very important, because you are already getting hands-on work in terms of what is going to happen afterwards. We also, with Francesco, have came to our mind to offer something similar to what Cartel is offering. It's so in our case, what we are offering is a short period of a stage in bootcamp design. As you can see through our website, we already have a few people also from Turkey that is collaborating with us, and I think they have had a great experience. So the internship experience, and then also all the winners of the first prize and second prize, they will get a special gift from both of the brands, Cartel Museo and also BCD. So I will pass on the the panel to Elisa. I don't know if she wants to comment something before we move on to the questions and answers.
Of course. Thank you. And we have some question to Elisa, and I would like to ask after bootcamp a very nice presentation for the moment. So why do you collaborate with Bootcamp Design? Is there any particular key factor to make this collaboration, Elisa?
As I mentioned during my presentation, we like very much to work on educational projects, and we work with several educational projects dedicated to kids, universities, secondary school. We have a real big public of scholars, students, researchers, and so on. And when Emmanuel told me about their project, I really thought that it was something new, something that I've never heard before. And I'm happy we are on board, because I think that this kind of way of doing educational projects should be something that could bring something good. So I really believe I am a sympathizer of the project.
Actually, I agree with you, because this is a possible virtual capital that the young design with such design camp, and give also another output for any brand also in for capital. And what exactly you expect with this collaboration with BCD? I mean, what the capital expect from BCD collaboration?
Okay, just to be surprised.
Francesco, I have always nice questions.
Yeah, I'm agree.
I think that they should surprise us. So I have a good feeling about that.
Oh,
Well, Lisa.
okay. So actually, Elisa, I would like to ask the final question to you, that what do you think about the bootcamp design initiative? Because this is really, as you also mentioned, this is very new things in the market regarding the education for young design. Can you please a few words about bootcamp design? What do you think about it?
Okay, let me think. I think that it is interesting, as I previously said, and I think that it should also help us to share the value of Italian design, not only Cartel brand value, but the value that our museum is working on every day. So we really work on the Italian design, on the Italian design value and designers. We are lucky because we have the best designer in our team, and we have had all the historical masters of design. And so we are happy because we can talk and we can show our items thinking to the best designers. And so I think that bootcamp design will help us to make better the Cartel and Cartel Museo work in this time, in this way.
I agree with you. Actually, me myself also, I would like to carry this design idea not only for Turkish markets. We would like to also offer to growing market, which is the India, the largest next future market for the world, because over the billion people is living there, and there are a lot of young guys who is in charge about the design, and they are really wondering what's happening in the Italy sites, and they would like to know, they would like to find out some words from the design industry. And also we are very active in South Korea, which we have very young talent guys over there. And I am really big hope from South Korea market young design guys will attend us in near future. So I really thank you for giving your idea, Elisa. I have a few questions to those guys, Emmanuel and Francesco. And if you allow me, I would like to express this question, both of you. Whoever wants to reply, please go on accordingly. So, as far as I understand, you are moving this bootcamp design project by your side. Is there any advantage to having a company collaboration with bootcamp design instead of operating directly an agency or through open the call to the student? Is there any advantage between those things?
As you want, Manuel.
Bye.
Well, I think that we are lucky. I'm starting like this. We are lucky because our first project is in collaboration with such a great brand. Yeah, but it's reality. So great history, great know-how, and also an established reality for Italian design. So according to this, we design a specific project that meets the value of their brand with the actual situation that we are living. So I think that at the moment, what we are creating is a real up-to-date call for emergent talent to give their idea and to be supported by our team to express themselves, to design something that is new. And coming back to your question, yes, without company, we cannot do that. So company is the base of our DNA to design experience for our emergent talents, for our community. And thanks to that, we are able to create fresh and up-to-date ideas for our culture.
Yeah. So actually, I agree with you because to go with one company which is very strongly branded in the around the world, not in Italy, this goes true for the participants because people also will very strong themselves while they see the brand there as a cartel. I agree with this idea. And of course, I have also a lot of questions, but I need to select inside some, and I need to ask you. This is also a very impressive question I need to ask. Why a participant should be interested on, and what you mentioned they get from bootcamp? According to you, what really matters for a young designer? So what they will get to get the boot design camp for 2 days at the end of the story.
Vai, Emmanuel.
Allora, riprendendo un po' da... sorry.
No comprendo, Emmanuel.
Sorry about that. Now, going a little bit back about what Francesco was saying of collaborating with Cartel specifically, is that we allow a participant to actually live the real practice, the real work, what is happening. So what bootcamp is trying to do is to work as a mediation between what is happening in the education and what is happening in the industry in a very innovative way. No? So as Francesco said, I think we are very lucky to have Cartel, which is already on the innovation side and already, let's say, thinking about what can be new. No? So this matching or this integration of different companies coming into very specific objective is something that cannot happen again, because what we do in bootcamp design is always try to create tailor-made projects. So every experience should be unique, as every person is unique. No? So that's what we try to communicate as a philosophy. So this is something unique that you should be in order to understand better what is the practice world. And this is, for me, the most important thing, that a person and a student that has never, let's say, collaborated with a company, that has never been in the practice, that they can really experience what the practical world brings in.
Emmanuel, besides also with this explanation, can guys get everything on virtual side? Because normally people is wondering it should be physically, but due to the COVID-19 reason, it has to be in digital side. So how can you convince those guys that digitally you can achieve the very good target points at the end of the 2 days or 24 hours?
Yeah. Well, this is a very good question, because we have already done a few, let's say, boot camps in terms of, let's say, in a different format with a different name and so on, and with different companies, very, let's say, also top tier companies. But it has been always physically. So this is the true story. But I think, as everything in life, it has advantages and disadvantages. I think the great advantage of having everything digitally is that everything is going to be on the same place. So as we are experiencing technology, and we have already obviously tested this system, mimicking what can happen in such an environment, is that one person can visualize what is happening with the other, let's say, 99 persons. And this, physically speaking, is very difficult, because you have to move to arrive to the place.
Yes.
And when you are digitally speaking, you can see through the rooms what is happening. And actually, probably in the next future, we will also have plenty of panel discussions, so you can really get into the panel discussion that is important for you at that moment. And I cannot reveal the surprises that we will have during the bootcamp, but they will love it, the way we are, let's say, putting the experience into this particular environment. So it's probably almost impossible to have it on the physical way. I think we are getting really a lot of advantage. We are trying to get a lot of advantage from the digital means in order to have a really unique experience for each of the participants. So I will conclude saying that the most important thing for a participant is that they can see the integration between the multiple, let's say, cells or multiple bubbles happening at the same time, and they can get to know many different people. We also will have a networking, let's say, space, like substituting the catering that we have normally in the physical space. And that networking space is also going to be very important for, let's say, a talent young student that, as I said, has some talent, in order to showcase their selves with people that can probably provide them a job, probably provide them a collaboration. Probably you never know how a new project or what your path in your life could bring up to. So, but this is, let's say, a great opportunity in many different levels.
And also, let us imagine now some of our audience in South Korea, some of in India, and 45 minutes later, they will start the new day as a 18 November. But still, we are in the 17 November. So, actually, I agree with you. Digital is our new part of our life. And we have to convince ourselves to make many things on digital, either study, either work, either business, either design, everything. We need to understand, we need to go to the digitally. That's the reason I would like to encourage all the people that, yes, maybe it looks not nice, but in somehow there is some pandemic, there is some another thing, and the distance, cost, everything. So digital, we are saying low cost, zero risk regarding pandemic, but you can get a big achievement as far as I believe. Guys, I would like to collect the speech, and I would like to ask very important and the last question. Please allow me to ask you, and can you please tell me who can participate in the Bootcamp Cartel project? who is the target audience in this project?
I can start.
Please.
We do believe in multidisciplinary background, multidisciplinary design approach, and multicultural approach. What does it mean? That's for sure it's a design project, but it's not only a design project. Let's put it like this. Why? Because also the people that we put inside our team, our creative, let's say, visionary designers. Yes, they're coming maybe from a design world, but they are visionary. They are people with really a different vision, right? So it's at the end, we're not gonna really design a museum. We will design maybe a new interaction. We will find a way to use technology in a very different way in order to, again, put the people, the final customer, our target, in the middle of all the experience. So for us, the designer, it means being able to have this kind of sensibility to translate what is happening around us and use it, all the tools that we have, to create something that is fresh and it's innovative. So
Francesco, either in digitally, I am getting too much positive electricity from your end. If I am in the student side and think about the design, I can be say the number one, the first register into your academy actually, because you have very nice knowledge about the design, and now in this series you will have with Cartel, and combined with this explanation, another last thing that I'm really sorry about this, but what if a brand, Cartel or some other company, would like to develop an idea resulting from a bootcamp? So if we can combine with this explanation, I really appreciate. And then after, I would like to make last words. Then we would like to finish our season today.
Sure, it will happen for sure that the brands want to develop one of our concepts. No, just kidding. But that's the purpose. That's the purpose of our activity. So it's not a joke. It's not an exercise. It's a real project that we run with a partner. Our partner at the moment is Cartel, and what we envision is the future of museum. So maybe Cartel can be interested or not in designing and in jump on the next stage. But from our point of view, the mix between the people that we bring and the young creative talents that will work with us, we will create something that is outstanding and gives, generally, I'm not talking about Cartel, gives a really fresh approach to the company. That's what our main value. So I worked really a lot of years in consultancy, and I mean, the company hired me even though there was a lot of designer in the company. So they can do exactly what I used to do with the company, but they want someone from outside because can give you really fresh idea, and through a different process and a different methodology can reach another point. So yes, we definitely will love to jump on the next stage of this project, and we have a protocol and structure to jump on the next project. So 100% positive on this.
I agree with you. I agree with you, Francesco, and I would like to give the only last words to Emmanuel, and then after I would like to thank you for all your participation. Emmanuel, would you like to say something last?
Well, I want to thank all of you, also starting from Elisa from Cartel Museo to be here, also August and all your staff in order to organize this major event for us. and all the audience to be here. No, I think it is important. It's gonna be a super interesting project, and I think you will love it. And you will have all the details on our website from today onwards. Yeah. So thank you everyone for participating, and I'm pretty sure that you will love it all.
Elisa, would you like to say some last words to our audience?
Yes, I also want to thank you, Emmanuel, Francesco, and you for this beautiful window we have. And I also would like to say that this almost new way of interact we have to work on will last after COVID too. So it's a new behavior we have to work on very seriously. So just to say this.
we really appreciate to spend time with us here, Elisa, and it is really very nice to understand Cartel and Cartel Museo history and what you are doing already. And I would like to say thank you to everybody to spend time with us, and please keep on track our I Am Design Chat seasons. I am sure you will find something for your end at the end, and you will have some really good things for your career. Regarding bootcamp design, you can also please visit the bootcamp design websites. And also, if you have any question, Emmanuel, Francesco, and me as well, we are ready to reply immediately. So we really thank you again to join us in this season, and we hope to see you again. Please take care of yourself and have a good health timing in the COVID-19 season. Hope to see you soon for the next I Am Design Chat event. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.